Hi guys, welcome to my reading list for the week of, and I always forget to look. So it'll be for the next 2 weeks starting December 11th. So probably December 11th to December 28th. This is the kind of the pile of books I'd like to get to reading. I really only have like 20 books left on my to be read pile. So, I don't have a lot more left, which is really nice because then I can start like reading stuff I want to read. Well, I want to read all of it, but like getting other books that I want to read. There's a lot of review books in this pile for the next couple of weeks, so I'm just going to go ahead and start doing that. I am recording this on a new phone. I did get a OnePlus 6T, so hopefully everything will go okay. I guess we'll find out. The first one I'm going to read, well, not necessarily this order, but first one on my pile that I'd like to read is Arlo Finch in the Lake of the Moon by John August. This is the second book in the Arlo Finch series. I did read the first one and just recently reviewed it on my blog. It's a middle grade like fantasy. It's set in modern day world, but the kid moves into an area called Pine Mountain where it like borders Eldritch lands, and he's kind of learning about these crazy creatures and how to become a ranger. So I really liked it. I thought it was well written, very creative, lots of fun. And that actually comes out February 5th, so I am going to be reading it pretty early. The next one I got is also a review one that I'm going to be reading, and that's The Winter of the Witch by Katherine Arden. I did just finish The Girl in the Tower last night. I really liked it. That's the second book in the Winter Night series. This is the first. This comes out January 9th, so it comes out next month. So that's another one I'll be reading. Yeah, another review book that I'm going to be reading in the next couple weeks is Summoned to the 13th Grade. This is the 13th and final book in the Charlie Davidson series, written by Darynda Jones. This is a paranormal kind of urban fantasy series about a woman who can see ghosts and is kind of a Grim Reaper. It's time for this series to be over. It's been kind of dragging the last couple books, and this is the final book, so I'm happy. Hopefully it'll end a high note. This comes out in January as well. And the last one I got for review that I'm going to read in the next couple weeks is Echo North by Joanna, Ruth, Meyer. This is supposedly a retelling of East by West or West by East, that one book. The cover looks cool. It's got some really good reviews, and it sounded really neat. So it's another one that takes place in the winter. I kind of like reading books about books that take place in winter settings, which is why I'm excited to read The Winter of the Witch in the winter, because it just makes for a nice, like, cozy wintry read, and I can relate very well to some of the issues the characters are having with the cold. So there's that. All right, now on to the rest of the books. The first one is a library book I got, and that's A Witch Alone by James Nicol. This is a middle grade, young adult fantasy book. It's a second book in the Apprentice Witch series about a young woman who she ends up not being approved to be a full witch, but she gets sent out to the small village as an apprentice witch. And the witches kind of guard the towns from dark creatures and evil things, which have been on the rise. I really, really liked it. I like The Apprentice Witch, so I'm looking forward to reading A Witch Alone. This came out not that long ago. It is going to be a trilogy, so I'm looking forward to reading that. The next one I got that I'm going to read in the next couple weeks is The Dark Days Deceit by Alison Goodman. This is the third and final book in the Lady Helen series. This has actually been my favorite Alison Goodman series to date. She's been a little hit and miss for me, but I really like this one. It's one of those Victorian books. It's set in Victorian Victorian era, and she's finds out about demons and ends up kind of becoming like a demon hunter type person. And it's kind of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but set in Victorian era with demons. And I really been like it. It is quite a large book, but I'm excited to read that, and I hopefully will be finishing it. The next one is one of the Owl Crate books I got this year that I never got to because I was trying to read everything on my to be read pile, and that is Mirage by Samia Dowd. I think that's how you say that. Very cool cover. It's got like a matte black, and then this is all embossed. I don't even really know what this is about. I know it's like a young adult fantasy thing, so I'll look forward to read that. And then the next one is Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody. This is another one I got through Owl Crate that I just didn't have time to read earlier in the year. It's supposed to be kind of I don't know. It's been likened with like Six of Crows. It's supposed to be a fantasy, but there's like gambling and intrigue and stuff like that in it. So yeah, I don't know. I might like it. I have no idea. And then the final one I have for my reading pile for this coming week is Lord Darcy by Randall. Oh my gosh, this book is so like beat up. I can't even read that. By Randall Garrett. This is 3-in-1, so it's the 3 Lord Darcy volumes in one volume. I got this a really long time ago through paperback swap, so it is a to-be-read pile book. And I don't know, I haven't gotten to, a lot of people say it's really good. I'm excited to read it finally. It looks like it was an old library copy. It is the 3 Lord Darcy books in one, as I said. It's supposed to be kind of a Victorian urban fantasy, I guess. So think, like, what I was reminded of when I decided to pick it up was like Dresden Files, but set in the Victorian era. So kind of an urban fantasy with magic and magicians, but set in Victorian times. So a lot of people recommended this to me at one point when I was looking for other urban fantasy like books to read starring male characters, and that is what this supposedly is. So it's a really long explanation. So anyways, to go back through, I mean, I've got, this one was the to be read. These 2 are I'll Crate ones. This is the end of a series that I bought, and this one I got from the library, which is the second book in a series I am reading. And then there were quite a few review ones, so this will all tie up the series I was reading, as will this one. Lots of end of series. And then this is the second book in a series I'm reading, and this is a standalone. So those were all review ones. So that's what I've got going on. I've been pretty happy with my progress on my to-be-read pile. At some point, I should do like a New Year's resolutions post, because this to-be-read pile thing was like my #1 New Year's resolution to get it under control, and I'm very happy I did. For the coming year, I have other resolutions that are not related to books, really. I've got a few other things I really need to get under control. One is buying clothes. I buy way too many clothes. I would like to kind of nip that in the butt. I'd like to lose 20 pounds because I have been gradually putting on weight over the last like 5 years, and I just need to not do that anymore. So I'm already making some lifestyle changes to deal with that, and I'm actually down like 7 pounds from a few months ago, so hopefully I can continue to implement those changes, just like exercising more, eating a little bit better. And in couple with that would be I don't want to drink any alcohol. So I have been kind of getting in the habit of having like a beer every night, and I would like to stop that. So I have also not been doing that the last few weeks, and I'm hoping I continue that to the new year. So maybe I'll do a longer post on like New Year's resolutions, but those are kind of the 3 main areas I would really like to get under control in 2019. So just being generally healthy, and a little bit less materialistic about things. All right. So that was a little bit derivative, but I hope that you guys had a great week and got a lot of great books. This looks good here when I'm looking at myself on my new phone camera. So hopefully the sound and everything will be acceptable. I'm going to watch it now and see how it turned out. I will be doing a stacking the shelves next week. This last week I only got 1 book, and previously when I have done a like stacking the shelves with 1 book, people have been a little bit irritated about that. So I'm going to not do one this week and wait until I get more books to do one. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.